Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's start off this lesson by, I just love to hear like what you have been doing with the instrument and get a feel for where your playing is at so that we can take it from there.
Okay.
Yeah?
Right from the beginning. So,
Right from the beginning.
Yeah, so,
That's right.
So basically, do I hold it like that?
Okay, so the way that I would hold it, which is a little easier, would be these two are the lowest notes, and you'll kind of know that through time when you have your own instrument that these just are the biggest notes out of compared to even the next two here.
Okay.
And if you keep that between your belly button, it makes your right hand and your left hand a little easier to play because it's right there in front of you.
Would it be on top like this?
You can go on top, or you can put it like that if you feel more comfortable like that. That's totally fine. Sometimes you can even extend your leg out like this, and that can be a comfortable. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you kind of unextend your legs a little bit, it'll kind of sit a little nicer.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good. If that feels good to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So now, what we do first, in order to get a good tone out of the metal, what we want to do is hit the note and allow our finger to bounce off the metal so that the metal can actually vibrate.
Okay.
If I keep my finger on too long, you can kind of see I get no sound versus, and that's a lot boomier. Very good. Oh, I did a thumb. I was hitting with my thumb. You can try your first finger, try your thumb, and in the crease right here is where you would do it, just in the first one right there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then hit, if you want to get the boom or the bass, you would hit right there. Good. Very good touch. Very good. And yeah, just play around like that. Play around and just get a feel, get to like a little warmed up with the instrument. Good, and I would just encourage that the pan slightly moves a little bit more like that. That way the interstitial part is between your belly button. That'll be a little easier once you start using both hands. Yeah, just messing around, trying to get a feel for it, right?
So I don't know this instrument.
Yeah. So this would be like the first exercise that would be really good, and you can actually just do it even with your right hand, which will really, well, sometimes when we start using our left and right hand, it feels like we're juggling too many balls at once, and so we want to keep it as simple as possible by just going one note at a time. So we're going to hit the low one together. And then we're going to switch to this one right here. And I would even actually encourage you to do it with your right, yeah. And then go to the one just next to it, the next lowest. Oh, you know what? It's just because this is a different scale, but that's okay. It'll have interesting harmony. And then we go to the next one over there. Good. And now what we're focusing on is making sure that we're bouncing off the metal. And then next, and that would actually be all the way across to one lower. Yeah, good. I like the switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, and really when we hit that note, I'll kind of give an example of what it could sound like, for example.
So why am I dudding it?
So the dudding is really just because with especially the higher notes, the metal is vibrating even faster, so it requires an even faster response. So it's more about actually how we come off the metal than it is how we come on. So kind of the way I like to think about it is I'm actually thinking about coming off the metal before I've even hit it, to almost create like this whiplash effect. Nice, very good. Nice. And if you can really get those two notes well, actually the other notes are technically easier.
So it's even actually lighter.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's, yeah.
It's less of a press too. Instead of pressing like this with your finger, I encourage you to actually flatten your finger. Nice, that's so good, that's so good.
Okay.
Yes, so good, that's great. Now I would encourage, like, just keep working through every note and just keep hearing the scale.
So the scale goes...
From now,
and then
then boom. Very good.
No.
Yeah. Good, and it also, yeah.
So
go ahead.
when you do it,
Yeah.
so clearly if I did it on my second finger all the time, I get repetitive. Yeah, so it's trying it with a different. Would you do it with two?
Some
together?
people do use their middle finger. Some people use their first. And actually, if you would like, try your middle finger now and see if that feels more comfortable for you. And then we can make the switch and you can start using your middle finger. I personally like index and thumb are the two that I like to bounce between. But if the middle finger feels better for you, then by all means, I would use that.
Sorry, did the last two.
Good. Yeah, I saw that. You actually sound really good with your middle finger in those bottom ones. And I'm also kind of noticing another little like minute adjustment we can make is we don't actually have to hit in the center of the dimple in order to get like more sound or anything. It actually relatively sounds similar everywhere. But if you wind up liking to use your first crease, which I noticed when you did, it looked like you were a little bit more relaxed. What you can do is actually aim for the more towards the edge of the dimple. Very good. Oh my God. So good, so good. Are you noticing the improvements in the sound? Yeah, if you go to the video and you actually listen at the beginning and then listen at this point here, you'll notice some improvements. So that's very good. Now we can encourage actually to do it with the left hand. This is going to naturally be a bit harder, so we can have a little bit more compassion with ourselves with this hand. So you can try your left now. Good. Wow. Nice, yes. I like how you're focusing more on those and really trying to get that tone right. That intention is the most important part of this instrument. Instead of just, mindlessly hitting with our right and left hand, you actually are taking extra time here to do that. And I love that. I love to see that. So yeah, keep going with it. And just now you can switch back to your right. And we're going to do this a little bit more before we start using both hands, and we'll approach that slowly.
I'll do this once more time. No.
Yeah. Nice. Way to find that spot there. When you went that side, the note got better, and now you can take that in. Good. If you want, I can play. Good.
It's still doing it.
Nice. Very good. It seems as though when you flatten your finger that you get a better tone because your finger bounces off better. Yeah. There it is. There it is.
Okay, yeah.
So the flatter the finger, because sometimes what we want to do with the handpan is we want to try to press it almost like a button.
Yeah.
And that's where we get less of a bounce, because we can't really bounce our finger like this, but our finger can actually bounce up and down like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit better of a motion to actually flatten the hand. Mind you, you're also using your left hand, which is really good, by the way. So if you are a right-handed person, which I assume you are.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Nice. So good. That volume is there. Nice. Yeah. So good, so good. Okay, so now we can try to do both hands. So we understand that the scale kind of works by going cross, cross, cross all the way to the top.
And so what is this? So is this A?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
So A, B, C.
A, B flat. That would be B flat, but very close.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. A, B flat,
C, D. Yeah.
A, B flat, C, D, E flat then.
Oh, just E. Just E.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. E, F.
Yeah.
G, A.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Okay.
Have you played a different instrument?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I can feel that. Well, what is the instrument again? I don't know if I forget if you told me.
Piano. No, I didn't. Piano and violin.
Oh, cool. Okay, you definitely feel musical for sure. I caught on to that, so that's great. Good. Okay, now what we can do is, without hitting the center note, we're actually just going to start with our left and right hand on the lowest notes here, kind of ready. Hey, Ivan.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad.
Good.
Nice shorts.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Good. That's good.
So we want to go right hand, and then allow that to ring, and then go left hand, and really be intentional with this practice. Good. And we're focusing on getting that flat finger and just working your way up. A little bit of a different.
No, I just realised that. The other way around.
Yeah.
Clearly my brain.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's nice. And then your right hand and left, and right, left, right. Nice. Left. Nice. And then back down. You can actually do a descending as well, or if you want to start from there, that's fine too. But nice. Wow, this touch is improving quick. You sound great. So let's do that I'm going to say about 10 times and really just get really familiar and comfortable with that until we move on to the next thing. Okay? Oh, starting from your right hand. Yeah. Yes. Nice. Nice. Wow, you learned quick, Ruth. This sounds good. Nice.
I've lost count of how
It sounds so good. We can almost keep going. I was about to, I'd say let's do it a couple more times because it's good practice for you. And then I'll just kind of play little stuff over top and we'll do a mini jam. Just a little bit of practice and fun that way, you know?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead. Let's do that. So. That's so beautiful.
And then it reverses and Ruth doing
Yeah,
it.
yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope that we can get there with you one day. That would be amazing.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay, so now that we can do that, that's amazing. Let's start. We can actually just kind of start getting into composition. So what would composition look like on your own? And then I will also join in at some point. But what we can do, a really nice way with the handpan to kind of divide it and to understand ergonomically how to create chords, kind of like on a piano. I don't think there's bottom notes on this one in particular. There is on that one if you wanted to grab that one instead.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, if you want the bottom notes,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Thank you.
Here.
It's only because I started looking at a YouTube last night, and so they got bottom. Some of them have bottom.
Oh, these are so, like, these two bottom notes actually just complete the scale, especially from somebody who plays piano and whatnot. Like, from a composition standpoint, this is great. So what I'll do, what you actually have to do in order to play bottom notes is you actually kind of have to keep your legs out, because the bottom notes are there and there.
Okay.
And what happens is if my legs are crossed, I kind of mute them.
Okay.
So you want to keep your legs kind of closer together,
Okay.
and then that way these notes can breathe.
So where are they?
So
that one there,
and they should be right under. I can kind of help understand this. So they should be in between the interstitial, but underneath. And then in between this interstitial, right here.
Yeah.
And if you just straighten that out, nice, perfect, yeah. Good, and if you keep your legs a little bit closer together, they'll ring even a little bit stronger. Nice.
So keep it again straight.
Yeah, that's right. Good, and we're actually not going to quite use the bottom notes yet, but we will implement them in a bit. I think that for what we can do now is, yeah, you can cross your legs if you want for now, and we will come back to this position. But now, what we want to do is first, for composition, one of the easiest, best ways to go about this is to actually create an equator. Let's see if I can get the camera on there, just so you can see that for later. So is to create an equator. There's a nice little bit of dust on this so we can see it better. And now we've divided these four allocated to this side and these four allocated to this side. And we're going to start coming up with chord progressions with this. And arpeggios are a really nice way to kind of start. And we can do it really slowly. And it'll be kind of like doing a practice you did, but instead it's a little like different. And so what we can do, we can even actually just do it with our right, just do it with our left, or we can use both. But maybe for now, we'll just use our right and go. And now I'm switching sides, and that's why the equator comes in. And that's like a little fill in between, which we'll get there a little later. But now you can just start, maybe starting from the high one, or you can technically even start from the low one if you want. We can reverse it later, but and really take it slow. The tempo, like really nice, very good. Good, and get really familiar with that.
So it's either one or the other, but could you do it where you do it with both? Or does that
you could.
But that changes the timbre though.
It does. It doesn't necessarily change the quality of the note itself, but what will happen is it will sound a little tappier.
Okay.
Because we're adding more. But maybe that is the intention of what you're trying to do. So in that case, absolutely. But if, for example, you're trying to get like the purest tone and the least amount of like that tap sound, then I would recommend actually just, then you hear the least amount instead of, the more hand I use is the more tappy it'll get naturally, which can be really cool of like different techniques for different applications, right? So it's good to know that that both are good answers. Both are, yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful, right? So now let's add a different group. So we'll say that is group 1, because it's our lowest here. This is group 2. And then this is going to be technically group 3. So these 3. And 4. And you can really hear the difference if I switch back. And again, this is still just the equator rule, right? Of going down the center. But now group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. And so let's get familiar with these two, and then we can start maybe combining the different groups and seeing like what kind of chord progressions we can come up with.
So
sure.
The top ones I'm not getting. So
sure. Cool, right? So now let's try doing like a combination where
so 1,
yeah,
2,
3, and 4. Awesome. Yeah. So let's like make up a chord progression like on the fly. I don't even know if I've ever played this one, but let's start here. So that would be group 3 to 2 to 1 and then to 4. I don't even know if I necessarily like the progression, but it's still kind of an easy...
It's getting my brain to...
Exactly, to think, and then we can hear like, oh, different combinations can become actually so easy because we can just mix up the 4 numbers, and so long as we keep the 3 pattern, then we can be like, oh, let's try 2, 3, 1, 4. Then we try 4, 3, 2, 1, and we just try different patterns and see what lands with us and what we like and what inspiration comes from that. It's such an easy way to go about it. We don't need to channel God and wait for this amazing masterpiece to overcome us, you know? So we can just start here for 1, 2, nice. And then to 1, down, nice, so good. Good, and now maybe try that also with your left hand instead now, just to work the brain, and maybe you can make it a little slower if it's a little harder for the left. That's totally understandable.
So if I do the first two that I did with the left, like I did with the right. So if I do 1 and 2 first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. You learn so quick. It's actually incredible. You're so good.
So now if I
Good. And I almost like heard that maybe the last chord, we actually don't do this one, we actually just go back to the group 2. So I was hearing in my head like something like and I don't know, maybe that also sounds better too. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you actually like it the other way.
No, it wasn't ending that way.
Yes, exactly. It didn't feel resolving to
but
me.
could it be like
Yes, yes. The answer is yes.
yeah, okay.
Oh, see, that's beautiful.
Yes, it sounds more of a ending rather
Yeah.
than that.
I know that feels like
it's
still
going off again.
Exactly, it's going off again. So we know like that chord makes us feel that way. So we could almost maybe make that the second chord in that sense. Like that's a really nice one.
Yeah,
So
it
maybe,
is,
yeah. 4, and then to 2. So you would actually go here. Ah. I'm forgetting that you're also playing this with your left hand, so actually really good job here. So beautiful. So now you can kind of understand how like we can just make chord progressions, and almost I would encourage you to like practice more, like even on your own, and just figuring out different things. And I liked how you also went from doing this at one point to starting from the back forward. And I thought, you know, that's amazing. Now if you even think of it in forward to back, back to forward, groups 1 to 4, and there becomes like quite a few almost unlimited combinations to just work with, and it's a great exercise for really focusing on your touch, and you get to sound super beautiful instead of just like do re mi fa sol la si, right, which can get monotonous. Also a great practice, but that's great. So I think the last thing that we'll do in this regard is to teach like a little bit of a fill between two groups. So we're going to actually simplify it again and just do this grouping. But maybe we'll actually do 4 times. Let's do it 4 times. So that's what we're going to try to add. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And now really that's just like a descending line, which happens to lead back into our pattern again. So it's like a nice, it'll feel fluid. Nice, and way to use both hands. You can start if you feel comfortable. Absolutely.
Is it okay to sort of like, oh, instead of like that? So.
Actually, yeah, and really, this was like a bit more of like an advanced lesson. But like, what we're actually aiming towards is to do a pivot between thumb here, and then really we can actually in this way start to really. Really increase our speed. Yeah, good call. And then, so that would be index, thumb, then same other side. I personally like doing it with my left hand, the bottom. Some people like doing it with the right hand, so it'd be up to you to kind of decide. But that way my leading hand, and now I can do like fills. If you want, you can totally try that. If you feel like brave to, yeah. Very good. So now with this hand, with your right hand, or that would be your left. Okay, that's fine. So
or would I do it with?
Personally, I like to do everything with my left. I like to do the pivot between the two notes with my left hand. And so what that would look like is you would actually, if you had it between your belly button, those two notes there, you would actually come over top like this and do the 2, but with the left hand. So I'll actually mirror, I won't mirror you, sorry, but I'll go like this and you would come over top, and then your right hand would be right there on this note. And then you would actually, so you would hit this finger on this note, and then this finger, your thumb on. Yes. Honestly, so good. If you feel like this is really uncomfortable, you can try now the other way.
Okay. So
of maybe.
The other way would be.
Oh, well, other way, even like say we were to do these 3 notes here, what if you did index, thumb, and then just finger there? But I would personally try using the thumb. The reason why is because we actually shorten our range of motion. And I'll actually do it on your pan. So if I was to do thumb finger, I can be a lot quicker like this instead of, and there's a lot of motion here, and that can make you miss the note and not hit it properly. Good, so that's a really nice motion to practice. It's just thumb to index, it's right in the pocket there for you. Absolutely. And yeah, that's where like over time you develop it. But you could also do it with your right hand too. I'm just not as good with it. I'm used to doing it with...
Oops.
Yeah. It's okay. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So where are we?
I got you here.
Okay, so okay.
Because I like to lead with my right hand, and this frees up the right hand. Yeah, you could, if you feel comfortable doing that, I would recommend doing it. Both are good to learn in the future, but if that's the...
Or the way you're doing it is...
So the left hand would actually go here, and then thumb and index are hitting these two,
Okay.
and then ring finger here. And then what you can do is, oh, it's so good, Ruth. You're so coordinate. Okay, so and then why not maybe move this finger, but keep that same pattern. And then maybe even that note if you can reach that. Yeah, good, good. Oh yeah, you had it there. That's perfect. Oh, how beautiful is that? Nice, you're such a good learner. Wow. So good. And then maybe now, so that's technically our group one, but we're like doing an extension of a group one where we're like adding, you know, the 9th degree would be this, or sorry, the 7th degree. And then, well, this isn't the 9th, that would be the 8th of it. But what we can do now instead is now switch to group 2. So keep your left hand doing the bum bum, or it would be this. And then with this hand, you maybe go here, start here, and then you can play around with that hand. Good. I'm actually going to grab a D chord. I forgot we have 2 here. So that's perfect. That sounds so good. Nice. You're actually doing it pretty quickly. Like, I'm pretty impressed. And the tone, your tone sounds really good. I've almost got nothing to say. And then I like to do this like trick to bridge myself actually to the other group where what if I did this note, right? Oh yeah, absolutely. I keep forgetting about this part. So what if I did the group 2, and then what if I went here? And that creates a lot of tension. And then we resolve it. Right? And that's crunchy, right? It's like a little dissonance there. And now we're like Spider-Manning to get that resolved. I'll do it again. It's just like such a beautiful way. And then maybe I stay there. start to see like where this could go once we like speed it up, and that's another pattern I'll teach you in like a minute here. But like there's so much fun to have with just like the 1, 2, 3 patterns.
So go from 2 then.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, very good. Good. That would be the 2 to 1 if you wanted to.
So was that the,
That was the note.
this-
That was the like dissonant note. Yeah. And then so that hand stays there. This hand stays here.
Yeah.
And then this one actually comes over there. Yeah.
Oh, we've got nothing.
Oh no. We'll have to do it again. Oh no, right?
That's a shame.
Yeah. So maybe a way that we could kind of divide this so that we can get like more into like 4/4 timing was let's do 4,
3, 4,
and then go
4, 4, 3, 4.
and then maybe we just stay here for the last one just to like make it simple for now. And then right, and then we repeat. Yeah. Stay there for yeah. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 4, 1, and one more time there again. And you can, if you want to extend your legs a little bit further, the pen will sit a little comfier. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Group 2. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I know, it starts getting confusing, right?
No, I always was. I was always told that my timing was pretty crap. So.
Well, I think you've been doing great today, honestly. And there's like quite a lot of things we're juggling here, right? I think we can have some compassion towards that.
Okay.
That could actually be cool to go back to the dissonant and then come here again. That's like a new pattern I've never tried. Oh, how beautiful is that? That's Ruth's progression. Nice dynamics. So beautiful. You sound so good. That's amazing. Do you want to keep elaborating on this?
Oh yeah, I have wanted to play this. I can't tell you how long I've wanted to play
Wow. You actually sound like a natural. Like you're doing so well.
This for me, it feels like it's my soul.
Oh, okay. I'm so happy to hear
I
that.
feel like I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, I'm so happy to hear. I actually almost cried during your playing. That was beautiful. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I personally love to add also this note in that kind of chord progression. So I'll try not to do like too much, but let's start with if you don't mind. Actually, you know what? I've got my own. So yeah. So we're starting with the group 2 again. And that's when you go across there. So that would be those two and that for that dissonant chord. And then, right? So we're just doing the standard one.
You want me to do it with you?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I looked
okay.
like you were trying to follow, like just to make sure, and I was trying to. And then you like going back here, which is really cool. And then maybe on after the. So now we're just, instead of 4 here, where we're doing like we've got our thumb index here, and we're usually going 2, 3, 4, but on the 4th one of every group that we do, let's do the high A. And what that does is it creates another element of constants, which is really beautiful in music, and there's still change. Right? So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, but I was supposed to go to the other group.
So on that chord, so it's 2, and then.
I'm gonna walk you through it, but I know that might have felt confusing there for a
yeah.
sec. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, high note. And now we're back, right? So it's the same thing, but we're just adding on that 4th one, we're adding this note, which is gonna feel like we're juggling a couple extra balls here, but I think we can get there.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. This one right here. Yes, that was it. Yeah. If you wanted to do your dissonant chord. And that's okay. That pause is beautiful. We could just make that, you know, that could be nice, actually.
It was all part of it.
It was all part of it. That's right.
Okay.
That's okay, but there's so much, you're juggling so much,
Yeah.
and you're actually doing so great. You're doing it on the fourth one every time, and the chords are getting a little confusing because there's a lot going on, but ultimately, like, that's so beautiful. Doesn't that sound so beautiful?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so now, this is another one I love to do with the 3 pattern, and I think we're having a lot of fun here, so let's keep doing the 3 pattern, because it's fun, and there's so much to explore really with it when we really get into it. So now what we can do is actually, let's just stay on the A. So we have this concept, right, which is really fun to explore, but we're actually going to put that on the back burner, and we'll maybe explore that a little later. Now let's just explore what it sounds like to just pivot with this note in both groups, because it's really beautiful. So
with the A.
yeah. Beautiful. Right, and there's little fills you can add. Right, and we'll get there, but at first, now I'm using that like dissonant note right here. Dun, 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 dun. And you can really, like, once you like get accustomed to these different patterns, you can just start playing so much, and it becomes so intuitive. Like, I want to hear this note, I want to do that fill, and like these are like the building blocks of all of that, is to just practice these like isolated portions, like for example the A, and then with your left hand you're gonna pivot up. And then you would actually keep that hand there, and then just move that hand over here. Beautiful. And now we have constants and we have change. Yes. And start playing. Yes, start playing.
Maybe they need to be quicker.
Are you trying to do... That might get a little confusing, but are you trying to do something like...
No, I think I was trying to do like a 3 to a 2. So
Yeah? Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So maybe I'm trying to run before I can walk.
It's like that kind of stuff, or like
yeah.
da-na-na-na-na-na. But that's beautiful, and that's great. It's like you're conceptualizing these ideas. I mean, you're a great musician, clearly. So so this is good. Yeah. I like how you're challenging yourself that way.
Okay, so.
Oh, let's see, it's beautiful. Dun, dun, right? Nice. Oh my God, I love it. Absolutely love it.
I need to pull back. I'm trying to run before I can.
You're doing a pretty good job running. Dun. Oh, it's so beautiful, Ruth. And technically, that's your own pattern. I didn't even do that one. Like that's Ruth's part of Ruth's song here.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Way to focus in on that. Oh my god, you sound so good. Make sure you're hitting a little bit more inside the note there. Yeah. Very good. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I mean, yes. We didn't even get into chords or anything. There's actually so much more to explore, but like, we're pretty much at an hour here. But I'm willing to take like another 5 minutes because like we could even like expand that, like where. That's a really nice. This note I've always loved with the D chord. I've always loved the do do. It's a really nice melody, and since we have a change there. Might actually see me there. So. So that one would technically be this note if you wanted. So you would still.
So then go.
Not quite. So do what you were doing before. Do the and then go back to here again, and then So
Okay, so.
To that. Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
4, and then here. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. I know. Your hands are all over the place, right?
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, so beautiful. Yes, knows how to finish the song. So good, so good. How does this lesson feel?
It feels awesome.
Yeah.
It feels really great.
Yeah, and all this funny, like all this started with like the equator rule, and then understanding like what notes together have tension, what notes have resolve, different groups, and really if we can conceptualize the pan as one side and the other, and then how we can create harmony and dissonance and flow with the instrument in just that pattern. There's actually so many other like things to explore, like whether it's like chords. Chords is another really beautiful one. So I'm actually doing two fingers at the same time, but that'll have to be for another lesson.
Yeah.
But it's just good for you to see and hear, because now, maybe if you go online and you watch somebody play a D chord, this is a D chord. I recommend, as a first time buy for an instrument, I recommend a D chord, because you hear what you're playing, it's beautiful. This is like, and it's the ultimate pan to learn on, because it's so friendly with the two sides. And then our mind can conceptualize making chords, and so much easier that way. And so, yeah, like.
So what's the difference between the Kurd and the Hazes?
Hijaz. So Hijaz, yeah. So Hijaz is a harmonic minor. So it's actually quite similar, but the F has been sharpened, and what that does is, we didn't actually even get to do the bottom notes today, but honestly, there's so much to explore here on a first lesson, especially that. So
it's sharp.
It's sharp, and then that's what it gives you a major chord. But see, I'm actually still doing. Say I was to do like our the arpeggios that we're doing here, it's actually quite transversal on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lighter sound actually.
Yeah, it's more like snake charmy.
Yeah.
It's like that, right? A little. But now it's nice because like that pattern can transmute. I'm not sure the word, but it can go into this. Right? So beautiful as well, right? So this is also a great scale for that. Just personally, from like a Western mind perspective, is like, I find this to be like a little bit better for us white folk. But I mean, if you like connect with something like this more, then all of those words go out the door, right? So this is also like a very beautiful scale. scale, the Hijaz.
Yeah.
You can like jam a little bit more, I find, on the Hijaz.
Okay.
But in terms of composition, the curd is like it's the ultimate pan for composition. Absolutely. But yeah, I feel like that's so much material to work with.
Yes,
you feel
it
good
is.
with that, eh?
I do.
Yeah,
Very much so, yeah.
good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Yeah. And thank you for recording it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna send